Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Glenwood Coaches Show on Georgia Alabama Sports Live, presented by Glenwood Chevrolet GMC in Opelika, Zaxby, CBCC, and Gordiaker. We are live at Mike and Ed's Barbecue, downtown Phoenix City, as always. I'm your host, Noah Shelton, alongside the head coach of the Glenwood Gators, Ryan Nelson. Coach, congratulations on the win Friday night on senior night over Sylacauga. Finishes an undefeated regular season. It's been a very impressive run so far. How could you sum it up so far?
Well, just blessed. Our football team was able to finish it off Friday night, and it was a difficult week for us coming back off a bye week and playing a non-region opponent in a game where it's kind of a sandwich game between ending the regular season and then getting ready for the playoffs. But just very, very excited and blessed how our team came out in the first half and really just dominated the whole first half and go up 35-0 into taking it to the locker room. So. Just can't be more pleased how we came out and we played in the first half and then just finishing the season on a positive note and being 9-0 and doing something very special for our school.
Yeah, very much so. Obviously, you mentioned it senior night. You touched on the seniors a little bit last week, talking about their impact on your program and how they've been with you now for a few years since your start. Can you talk about what it means to you to have an undefeated season with them?
Yeah, it means everything, just from the work we put in. You think back through the off season and really getting our team back together in the summer in June and July and just how hard these guys work and, and then going into a new league and then, all the people doubting us and all this stuff that we had to go through. But, just sitting here and watching these guys come to work every single day, put their head down and just sit there and just try to prove people wrong. And, enjoying our time together. We build everything off family within our building, and we just enjoy being together. And we got a great group of seniors and a great group of guys in our locker room. So it's just fun to come to work every day and watch those guys be successful.
Looking a little more X's and O's now. Very fast start Friday night, as Glenwood has had a few times this year. Offensively, do you come in with the plan immediately? You have the first drive or two kind of in your mind what you want to do, or do you just try to see what the defense is doing and take what they give you?
No, I mean, you're always going to come out and, script out, your top 10 plays or however you do it as a play caller. We do it kind of different ways at times. It depends on if it's rolling or if you have to change something, if they give you different looks. But the main thing I wanted to do was kind of, get out of the blocks real quick Friday night and really try to come out in the first half and do exactly what we did. Get a big lead, try to get those guys out in the second half, let them rest a little bit, and then get ready for the playoffs. So, can't be more happy. I think second play of the game, I think Kyle Lawrence took a little slant over the middle all the way to the house for about a 50, 60-yard touchdown. And then we come back offensively and we hit Mason on a big, double move over there on our sideline. So we got a 14-0 real quick. JB had some good runs. Kai had some good runs. Cam Cooper also had, a couple of big plays right there in the first half. Levi threw the ball really well, commanded offense, and then again, I can't say enough about our defense. We had a couple big time, red zone stops again. But I thought we played outstanding defensively. They had some players on Sylacauga, that side of the ball. Had some good athletes over there. So we tackled really well, which is exciting to see. And I thought our D-line played really well, too, especially Emory Davis and Markel Robinson, Cam Stone, A.C. Carter, Tyler Sykes, Carter Ross. So I thought those guys kind of dominated the line of scrimmage. And like I said, just taking a 35-0 lead in the halftime and able to get some more guys out there on the field in the third and fourth quarter and then finish that thing up 42-14. So top off the 9-0 season. And now we kind of close that book, Noah, and it's playoff football time now.
Absolutely. You mentioned trying to get in the second half the starters out to get them rest and make sure they're healthy for the playoffs.
Right.
How important is it to you to get the young ones in there to play? Jalen Stanley playing at quarterback, Red English playing in there running back, and of course defensively as well. Can you talk about their impact and their role on the team and how they've contributed to the team this year?
Those guys come to practice every single day too. So anytime you get an opportunity to get those guys in the game, and a lot of them are younger kids, and so it's just more experience for them as we move forward and get later in their career. Just always going to do nothing but help them become better players. And I want to shout out two kids defensively. Tyler Clarity that did an outstanding job for us and made some big-time tackles for us right there. And, some other guys that play really good for us defensively with that group. So, Colton Head's another guy that made some plays out there. So, excited to see those guys get there. I get to see them in practice every single day, but excited to see those guys get out there on the field on Friday nights and really make some plays and show what they can do. But the future's bright for us, and I'm excited to coach those guys here in the future and all that kind of good stuff. So always put a smile on my face to see those guys get out there and be able to perform.
Absolutely. Another player I want to shout out, and I think it's a little bit of an X factor or a wild card on this team, is Cam Dawson. Punt returner. As compared to the other receivers, he's pretty small when it comes to height, but he is fast, he's elusive, he's quick. Can you talk about his role in the offense and how you try to implement him into your system?
Yeah, I mean, Cam Dawson is a gritty player. And, man, if you look at him, his statue, you think small player and things like that, but, I mean, he's got the biggest heart on the football team. And he's one of the reasons why we have him back there catching punts, because he has no fear back there. He's done a phenomenal job for us back there. And then we had a little injury, with Mason, a little leg injury, a little muscle injury the other day. So we had to move Cal kind of outside and, insert Cam inside. And lo and behold, I think he had 4 or 5 catches in there. Mason plays for us in there. So Cam Dawson is just one of those guys that's so valuable to our team because he does so much and on special teams, on offense, and things like that. So, but again, another guy that's a junior who will be back for us next year, and looking forward to seeing him continue to grow and continue to make plays.
Yeah. Also with the offensive line, I thought they played well as well, really established a running game. Jermaine Brown got going pretty well. Can you talk about their performance too?
Yeah, so, I think the third drive, we really just kind of leaned on them and, just talk about those guys. We had a little injury on Wednesday where Brennan Niles kind of, had a hobbled ankle and things like that. So we insert Cooper Favors right there. He did a wonderful job, and Ethan Henderson and Tyler Sykes and Carter Ross and AC Carter. So, those guys were just road graders. They played probably one of the best games they've played all year the other night. And JB had some really good runs. Makai Simpson had some really good runs in there. Levi was able to pull a few in there and have some good runs too. So just exciting, just to see those guys progress. Coach Tyler Martin has done a phenomenal job with that group, along with my dad, Coach Ron Nelson. So we continue just trying to grow, and we've got a lot better up front. Especially over the past 5 or 6 weeks. Hopefully that's a group that we're going to be able to lean on here going into the playoffs because, kind of like right now, it feels like it's 10 o'clock at night out right now.
That's right.
And that time's changing and that weather's changing. And we went to practice today, and you can really tell it's November and it's playoff football. So, anytime you get into weather conditions, whether it be wind, whether it be rain and things like that, the old saying is, and it's true, you got to run the ball and stop the run to win a championship. So football hadn't changed, and most of your teams that are successful and win championships are able to stop the run to run the football.
Seems to me, there's, in your opinion, there's a lot of depth on this team. Like if one player goes out, as you mentioned, had a couple injuries, which late in the season is going to happen.
Right.
You're going to have some few players banged up. Sounds like you're pretty confident in the people that just step in next man up with that mentality.
Well, that's our mentality in our building. And, that's one thing I learned in coaching is you got to have answers. And if you're sitting here and you don't have answers, if you have injuries and things like that, then your season goes south real quick. So that's one thing I'm always on our coaches is find the next guy, work the next guy. And that's what we have to do. That's the way we practice every single day. So a lot of our guys have to play multiple positions. So, but it's all about just having the next guy ready, and you never know when that play may happen at any position, and you can't ever take it for granted. You just got to be ready to go and move on and play football. Yeah.
Final thing I want to highlight before we preview the playoff game against Alabama Christian next Friday. In playoffs and in close games, I've always thought that special teams tends to be the differentiator when it comes to two very close, very talented teams that are equal in ability. Carter Hughes, Kevin Martinez, and Spencer LaGuire, along with Cam Dawson on special teams. Can you talk about their impact and how you trust them and how they could contribute to the team in the playoff run?
To say in high school you got 3 kickers is a lot.
Yeah, and, they're all talented.
And they very much so are. And all 3 are soccer guys too. And Coach Eddie Miranda has done a phenomenal job with them. Coach Jesse Boyd is our special teams coordinator. He continues to do a wonderful job with our special teams. Only black eye kind of guy is, first time since I've been here in my career at Glenwood, we got a punt block. And so it's the first time it happened. We kind of, had 2 miscues where our punter took too many steps and our up back didn't punch out. And when you have both things go wrong, a lot of times you're going to get it blocked. So we had to get back to work today on that and make sure that don't happen again. But besides that, as far as them just kicking, Carter Hughes does so much for us on kickoff. And, he's the first year playing football. He's done a wonderful job for us. He had a little injury there in the middle of the year, but he has done a phenomenal job. Kevin stepped in when he had the injury, did a phenomenal job for us doing extra points and kicking field goals. And then Spence, just a powerful leg. He's been able to boom, some 50-yard punts for us. So he's been fantastic also. So again, like I said, it's just, it's great to have, multiple kickers, and they're a very, very special part of what we do on special teams, for sure.
All right, Coach, enough about last Friday. Let's look forward to the playoffs.
Right.
When we come back, we're going to talk about Glenwood's home game against Alabama Christian in the first round of the playoffs. This is the Glenwood Coaches Show on Georgia-Alabama Sports Live, presented by Glenn Smith Chevrolet and GMC in Opelika, Zaxby's, Pepsi, and CVCC and Gordy Eye Care. We'll be right back.
Georgia-Alabama Sports Live is proud to partner with one of our presenting sponsors, Buffalo Rock. And without this partnership, it would be hard to be able to live stream all the different sporting events at high schools, colleges, and local professional teams every single week like we do. So we thank Buffalo Rock for their support of Georgia-Alabama Sports Live. And next time you're watching a Georgia-Alabama Sports Live broadcast, make sure you're drinking a nice, refreshing Pepsi. Delicious. Thank you to Buffalo Rock and Pepsi.
Welcome back to the Glenwood Coaches Show on Georgia-Alabama Sports Live, presented by Glenn Smith Chevrolet and GMC in Opelika, Zaxby's, Pepsi, CVCC, and Gordy Eye Care. Back with the head coach of the Glenwood Gators, Ryan Nelson. Alabama Christian on Friday. First round of the playoffs. What have you seen from them so far on film?
Oh, yeah, Noah, just, they're good. And they're not a typical 4 seed. I think, anytime you get in the playoffs, you're going to play good teams, but they got 2 players offensively that are a real deal. And, number 1 and 21 is as good as we faced all year. We're going to have to do a very good job of tackling those guys in open field. Got a very big quarterback who throws the ball very well. Got a big offensive line. I think they're averaging right around 38 points a game offensively. So they got a lot of firepower on offense. So we kind of go back to that game 2 we had when we had to go to Elba and we had to stop Alvin Henderson and things like that. So we just got to get a really good plan together, which we've been working on since Saturday, and trying to implement some things defensively to kind of slow them down a little bit. And hopefully I think our guys will be up for the challenge. And then defensively, everything starts with them at linebacker. They got 2 really good inside linebackers, number 3 and number 6. Got 2 really good D linemen down there, and got more of their seniors are in their secondary and things like that. So we're expecting them to come in, and they're 6-4 team, but their 4 losses are to 4 really good football teams in their region. But they're good. They're coached well. They do a lot of stuff on special teams, a lot of fakes, a lot of things like that. So we're gonna have to have our A game on Friday, and but it's playoff football. So anytime you're in the playoffs, if you don't have your A game, you're going to be getting ready to pack it up and the season will be over with. So that's just kind of the focus for us right now. We got back in the build on Sunday, just doing our normal stuff, and just trying to get ready to play another game. And we're not treating this no different than we did last week or 2 weeks ago when we played for a region championship. It's the next one on the schedule. We're going to be who we are, and we just hopefully can continue to play fast and play really sound football.
They've really found their stride on offense the last few games. Had a stretch at the beginning of October where they scored 135 points in 2 games, 64-71. That's good against air, if you ask me.
For sure.
So how does that change, if at all, your strategy at all coming into this game, knowing that they're a pretty offensive powerhouse team?
It don't really change anything.
Yeah.
I think we harp on this in our building every week. We got to get stops on defense, and we got to score the ball on offense. I don't think anything's changed this week. So they give you a lot of stuff on offense, though. A lot of different formations, a lot of different motions, a lot of different plays. So we just got to continue to be sound, not give up the big play, and the most important thing is we got to tackle well in open space. That's what we got to do Friday night.
Yep. We've talked about the Glenwood defense versus the Alabama Christian offense. What was the Glenwood offense against the Alabama Christian defense?
Well, again, like I said, their 2 inside linebackers, 3 and 6 are very, very, very good players. They got 2 really good D linemen that are really quick, especially 33 and 34 off the ball. So we got to kind of deny penetration with them, and they do a lot of unique stuff defensively. They give you a lot of different looks. They give you a lot of different pressures and things like that. So again, for us, it's just going back to simplifying things and trying to prepare at a high level, and then come out and do what we do. We're not going to change a whole lot as far as the style we play. I mean, we want to play fast, and we want the ball all over the yard and going to different people and running the ball and things like that. So, but most importantly, continue to be who we are. Play with a lot of pace, a lot of tempo, and like I said, don't turn the ball over and score the football, and that's how you win.
Yeah. We've talked about on the show for a few weeks how long the playoffs are. in the HSA, 5 rounds.
That's right.
How do you get your players to focus just on this game and not on the journey
Well,
ahead?
it's simple because I've been here in this playoffs before, pretty much my whole career in the public school. I grew up playing in it, so I got a deep background in it. And what I've seen over the years, if you start looking ahead at the bracket to the next round, or you step, we automatically going to get to the 3rd round because we had a 9-0 season. Well, then you look up and you get upset, and the season's over with. So that's kind of our mentality, and it has been since I got here. Is that 1-0 mentality? Every single week, you're trying to win that Friday night, and once that game's over with, hopefully you move on, and then we'll start preparing for the next one next Saturday. But all of our focus right now, everything we're doing is going in. We're pretty much all chips are going in right now into this game against ACA, and we got to find a way to play, a good football game, and find a way to play sound and win the ball game. That's what matters right now. And I told the kids Sunday, it ain't about stats, ain't about the score, ain't about anything like that. It's about, can you win on Friday night at the clock? And that's the only thing our focus is right now.
The pressure is different in the playoffs. Surely, kind of. How do you get your players to stay calm and stay confident in what they're doing?
Yeah, I mean, look, I think the media and things like that. You talk about pressure and things like that. In our building, we don't sit. Well, we just don't sit here and put any other game above the other game. And I think if you sit here and you hype this game up more than you have any other game, then there may be some pressure. Yeah. But if you treat it like we do every single week, and every game's important, and you got to win every game you play. It's just another game, and it's another week. But my biggest challenge for us is, can we control what we can control on the Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, and put the work in, and don't worry about the outcome. Worry about the work we put in and how prepared we can be. And then we get there on Friday. Then it's the lights come on. You got to go play ball, and that's what we do. You got to go out and you got to perform, and you got to make plays.
Yeah. Can you talk about the atmosphere for senior night last Friday and the crowd that was there? I thought it was unbelievable.
It was.
Crowd, nice senior night. Had a lot of seniors on the team. That's usual. Not just players, but also manager, photographer. Had a lot of people recognized on Friday night. Can you talk about the scene and how special it was for you?
Yeah, I mean, it was a great night for us again. We had 15 ball players and 2 managers go out in the football program. So another electric crowd we had. I got a little worried there at first because I was, at about 7 o'clock, it wasn't a lot of people in the stands, but as we got to senior night around 7:30, everybody started getting, I guess I got off a little work late last Friday night. But they showed up at kickoff. We had a great, phenomenal crowd again, and I thank our fans for showing up and supporting our kids and our seniors, but just a special night. From me, just for the seniors, for us to come out and play like we did and do something we were unable to do last year. And that's top off an undefeated season, and we got very close to it last year. Couldn't finish it, and this year we were able to. So, again, just happy for those seniors, happy for their parents, happy for our school, and happy for everybody involved with our football program that we were able to finish that and go undefeated in the regular season. But, again, when we woke up, Saturday and Sunday of this week, so like I told the players yesterday, it's kind of almost like you closing one chapter of the book and you open up another one, and everybody's 0-0, and it doesn't matter if they were 6-4, we were 9-0, all that is over with. They're 0-0, we're 0-0, and everybody has the opportunity to be 1-0 after this Friday, and whoever is will go on to the second round.
Coach, anything you'd like to add for Friday night against ACA?
Well, first and foremost, I'm calling all the Gator fans, all the Gator alumni. We got to have you. This is the first time in program history that we are hosting a playoff game in public school ball. So, we talked about breaking down doors all year. It's another door we can break down. We broke down the door. We're winning the region championship. We're hosting the game. Now we're looking to go get the first, win in school history in public school playoffs, and we're looking to get on to the second round. So it's big for us. It's big for our kids. Our kids are putting the work in. And you just ought to see our kids practicing today, man. They out there just getting after it, and because it means a lot to us, and it means a lot to our program and our kids and our coaches, and we're just trying to do everything possible we can to be 1-0 Friday. But we need the support. We need the fans to be there. We need the stadium to be loud. No, we got to have you loud on that microphone on third and fourth down. We just got to have everybody pulling for our boys, getting up, getting loud, showing them that y'all care, and showing that support. And it's playoff football, and it ain't gonna be easy. I can tell everybody that it ain't gonna be easy. So we need everybody's support.
You got me ready to run through the wall over there, Coach. I'm ready.
I'm ready. I try to control my emotions this early in the week myself, but hopefully our team will be ready to play Friday. I know they're going to put the work in. I trust them. I love those boys to death, and hopefully everything's going to go our way Friday. And we just, again, continue to play that sound game, and we play with a lot of class, but a lot of energy and a lot of effort and and just doing everything we've been doing for the last 3 or 4 months, and continue to just have a great season. And hopefully we're about to take this thing on a run that these kids and this town and these coaches will never forget.
Coach, as always, thank you for your time. Thank you to Mike and Ed for again hosting us. We'll be back here same time Monday after the Glenwood game Friday night against Alabama Christian. For my producer Chris, for Coach Nelson, I've been your host Noah Shelton. Thursday night on the channel we got flag football, then of course high school on Friday night, Glenwood, ACA, playoff football, and then Brookstone playoff football, all here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live, presented by Glenwood Chevrolet and GMC in Opelika, Zaxby, CVCC, Buffalo Rock, and Gordy Eye Care. We'll see you next week. Good night, everybody.
Football is back, and the only thing that makes it better is some delicious food from Zaxby's. They're a proud sponsor of Georgia Alabama Sports Live. And I can tell you that everyone on this team loves their chicken. Get all the favorites, such as their signature chicken sandwich, or try the new chicken finger tacos with your favorite drink. From amazing salads, wings, chicken fingers, and some of the best drinks around, there isn't a better way to enjoy our broadcast without getting some fantastic meals from Zaxby's. Check out the two here in Phoenix City, one off Crawford Road and the other on US 80. Thank you again to Zaxby's for sponsoring Georgia Alabama Sports Live, and make sure you call them for all your catering and tailgating needs this football season.